Welcome to Topserve Limited, the baking solution partner. And today we'll be doing a cutlet on one of our very loyal customers who has been shopping with us for a very long time. Today we are joined by Arnold. Arnold is a young, talented professional baker who has been a Topserve client for quite a while. He'll tell us more about his baking journey, baking experience, how he got into baking and why he's in it, and still continue to shop here at Topserve. Also, he has been recommending us a lot and tagging us a lot on social media, recommending us to other bakers for them to purchase the accessories that he buys at our different shops. He has also gained a very huge following on social media, especially on Instagram and TikTok. Probably you could visit his pages to gain some inspiration or better understand what he does and what he crafts. So Arnold, I presume you're a student according to your social media profile. So you will start with the introduction, who you are, how you became a baker, why you become a baker, and how it has been so far.
Hi everyone, my name is Boys Makeki on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Boys Makeki. Today I'm at Topserve Limited and I'm going to share my experience. So I will start with how I started baking. I started baking in 2020, around August. I started going to my aunt's place. She's a professional baker. So she started teaching me baking the basics from a vanilla cake, a simple vanilla cake. The decoration part I had to learn on my own. The only thing she taught me was one thing. That was in August. So she gave me a packet of icing sugar, one food color. It was powdered, but she still told me that all the things she buys them from Topserve Limited. So I actually knew you guys through my aunt. So in September, that's the first time I baked my first cake. It was just for my family. It was a 1 kg cake, that simple flavor vanilla. And after baking it, we even shared it with our neighbors and they all complimented me, saying the cake was nothing like that ever bought in a supermarket. So actually that encouraged me. So I posted a picture of that cake in my mom's WhatsApp stories, status I mean, and one of our colleagues, she's a nurse, her colleagues are also on. One of the colleagues saw the cake and she told my mom that she wants a cake to buy from me officially.
And that's basically how you started?
Yeah, that's when I started. My mom's colleague, she said she wanted a 1 kg cake from me, regardless of my age, because at that time I was actually 17 years old.
17?
Yeah, I was 17 in 2020. So I baked her a cake. My first decoration was pathetic, to be honest. We all start from somewhere. I didn't even have nozzles, no piping bag, no palette knife, no scraper, nothing. It was purely zero. But I had to learn from YouTube how to customize a piping bag out of one of these. Tell you what I did, I just cut it. I saw a different YouTube video, so now we can cut one piping bag in different shapes.
Using the packaging of the icing sugar?
Yeah, packaging icing sugar peke yake. So that's what I did.
To decorate a cake?
To decorate a cake, my first cake. And I used a knife to spread the buttercream and all that.
Interesting.
And yeah, I delivered the cake. I didn't even know about packaging boxes and all that. I just used one of these carton boxes, the Brookside Dairy Milk. That's what I used to deliver her cake. A cake box, the board itself, I didn't have it. I had to make my own out of a carton box, use some scissors and aluminum foil to cover it up, then did that. So she was actually happy with what I did. And that was my first time getting paid my own money, getting that opportunity to earn something on my own. And even though I sold it at 400 shillings only, it's a 1 kg cake, but I had to sell it at 400 shillings only. I enjoyed every bit of it because my mom supported me with the ingredients.
And you earned it by yourself?
Yeah, we didn't even have an oven. I had to use a charcoal jiko. Yeah, just a charcoal jiko and some sand and a bigger sufuria and a smaller one. But that's what I was doing, and it was actually working because my aunt was using a charcoal oven, so I knew it was possible to bake with a jiko. So after that, after I sold that cake, her colleague recommended her friends to me, and I got another order. Then another one still in 2020, and in 2021, one of our relatives had a wedding, and she actually said that she was on a budget, and she wanted me to bake that cake for her. I was 18 at that time. I had never even done a wedding cake before. That was going to be my first official fondant cake order, and I had no option but to do it. It was hectic, to be honest. Decorating a wedding cake was hectic. So I was 2020 at home, right? In 2021 went back to school. So during midterm, I had to pass through Nandi Arcade building in Eldoret. That was the first Topserve branch that I visited. I bought a turntable. I had actually saved up money in high school. I had like 6,000 shillings. I got myself a turntable, fondant roller, that what's it called? There's this roller with patterns on it. I don't remember what it's called. That cutter, a fondant roller cutter, some petal cutters for the flowers, some raisins. I wanted to do a fruit cake, so that's what I did. I actually didn't know how to actually bake a fruit cake because that's not something my aunt had taught me before. So I went to YouTube, did some research, then I actually, after combining what the basic knowledge that had been taught, I combined that with YouTube knowledge, then baked that cake for my aunt's wedding. It was like a tutaya cake with the centerpiece was tutaya and some side pieces, and they're all decorated in fondant. So it was a lot of work because making that huge batch of fondant, decorating my cakes and all that was hectic, but my mom was there supporting me. I baked that cake and then we delivered it together. So actually my mom was the one who paid me for that cake, not even the relative. It's my mom was been encouraging me all this time. So my friends were asking me, are you sure you're the one who is baking this cake? So that actually gave me an idea to like start being active on social media, to like just prove that I'm the one who's baking this cake. So when I came to campus in September 2022, I wanted to buy an oven, but I didn't have the funds at that time. Not until this year. I bought an oven this year. But when I went home after during the holidays, that's when I was baking a lot. But now, this year, that's when I started like being extremely active on social media after getting the oven. More on TikTok and Instagram than the other social platforms. But yeah, I was doing it consistently. Anytime I bake a cake, I share the recipe, like proving that I'm the one baking the cake and showing people how I'm actually doing what I'm doing. And that brought me like 5 clients purely from TikTok. They didn't even know who I am. And all of them actually paid me in full, like trusting someone in Kanairo with the entire amount, just because I show my face and show who I am. I bought an oven around March. In April, I got an order in that apartment where I was staying before relocating. I just posted in that group saying I'm a baker, I do this. I posted my work, and I got an order like a week later from one of our neighbors.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was for a church thing, a red velvet, a Tukiji red velvet. But I've been upgrading my recipes over time. Even the recipes I post on my social media platforms, I constantly have to upgrade on them because a recipe I was using in 2020, like the one my aunt taught me, isn't the same recipe I'm using right now because there's that constant evolution, just like IT. I'm doing IT in campus, and it's the same thing. One code keeps on changing. You can't like be fixated on one thing. You have to keep on evolving and all that. So even the recipes, a vanilla cake, the way I was baking in 2020 isn't the way I'm baking right now. What I was baking 2 months ago isn't what I'm baking right now.
Yeah.
And I was sharing recipes on TikTok, giving for free, and some bakers were like telling me, why am I sharing recipes? Am I like destroying my clientele and all that? But I was actually getting more clients out of that because they're seeing how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it gives them that surety that I'm going to like give them something that's legit. I even share what I get from Topserve Limited, the flavors I use. Because people actually ask, what flavors are you using? I see people asking, do I use Clovers? Do I use Festival? Do I use Pradeep? Do I use Maimon? And I constantly say, when it comes to, even in my Instagram stories, I keep on telling people, when it comes to these flavors, I prefer using Pradeep. When it comes to colors, I prefer Maimon. Sometimes I prefer, it depends on what I'm doing and the recipe I'm doing. So yeah, by sharing what I do, and actually recommending Topserve people. So it actually built my following, my engagement on my social platforms. I've got a few orders from TikTok, and I keep on getting people telling me in 2 weeks time I'm going to order from you, in 3 weeks time I'm going to order from you. So that actually encourages me to keep on going.
Basically, right now you are juggling studies and being a professional baker.
Yeah, studies and being a baker, but it's kind of easy because like this semester I only have one physical lecture on Thursdays. All the other lectures I have are virtual, so it actually makes it easier for me to like time myself. When do I study? When do I attend my lecture? After attending the lecture, what do I do on YouTube to like build on that? Because IT needs a lot of research. You can't just depend on what you're taught in class or in Zoom. If you do that alone, it will never be enough.
All right.
So I have to like adjust my schedule. If I get an order, I have to like bake the cake at what time, decorate it at what time, deliver it at what time. And that's actually it. Yes.
All right. So basically, your journey of baking is mostly self-taught and self-discovery. You're not going to any professional school to understand how to bake.
Yeah, but I've actually been thinking of going to like building up my decorating skills because I'm in these groups. Facebook, we have Bakers Club. That's one group that's actually it's actually a very good group for young bakers.
That's very true.
Because people share free recipes. They give advice. They tell you mistakes not to make when it comes to posting, marketing yourself.
Right. So you said that you discovered Topserve like 4 years ago in 2020.
Yeah, in 2020. I knew Topserve in 2020.
So how do you say your baking experience has been since then up to now going forward?
My baking experience. When I visited Topserve for the first time in Eldoret, I was actually in my school uniform, just a kid. And the way I was treated actually encouraged me to like be a diehard fan of Topserve. They didn't just see a kid. They saw something in me. They treated me so nicely. The lady who handled everything, I actually didn't even know what I'm buying. So she actually guided me, do you need a turntable and all that. So she guided me, and that actually made me love Topserve and made me a diehard fan of Topserve. That's why I always keep on mentioning Topserve Limited.
Okay.
And everything I had, the turntable I bought in 2021, I still have it. All the tools I bought, I still have them. None of them have actually become defective. And that's what I've actually like cheated on Topserve before. Like this one time I bought something. My first hand mixer, I bought it from somewhere else. And after a month, it had already become defective. I bought another one, still got defective. I bought another one from Topserve, and that's what I actually still use until now. So it's actually about the quality, not even the pricing, what I like about.
So that's the quality that Topserve delivers is what makes you keep going.
Yeah, keep
coming
going
back to
for more.
Topserve
Exactly.
as a customer.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is a memorable moment that you can share that you've had while still using Topserve products? Okay,
the memorable moment, I would say my first wedding cake, the fondant cake. I hadn't worked on fondant on an order before. The first one that I did, the one for the charmer, it was just not that good, to be honest. But the second one, once I bought the turntable, the fondant cutter, the roller, the flowers to make. For the roses, I actually made my own roses. I had to teach myself that. But what I used, the tools I used, and everything I used to decorate that cake was so easy just because of the tools I was using that came purely from Topserve Limited. So it made my work so much easier, and I was actually able to do it. People were happy in that wedding because of what I did, and they hadn't seen something like that before in a young person. So Topserve built who I am, and it keeps on building me, because every day I know things I'm supposed to even buy, and I'm saving up to buy more things, and it will be purely from Topserve, because you keep on delivering. Topserve Limited keeps on delivering, and so far I've never been failed by Topserve.
Interesting. So, given the experience that you've had as a customer and also as a baker who interacts with people who love cakes, what is advice you'd give to young professionals coming up or people who intend to join baking as a profession to make an income? What advice would you give them in form of growing a client or existing in social media and growing their skills?
So first things first, you need a community of bakers. You need to have friends who are bakers. People who can actually teach you more things. You can learn from each other, because they have skills. I have skills that are unique to me, right? They have their own skills. But once we start sharing our knowledge, it becomes so much easier. Like there's this time, one of my friends who is a baker asked me, how did I create a sugar seal on my own, because they tried and it failed. I told them how I used a balloon and cold water. They told me they used a balloon, but they inflated it with the normal way, with air, and it obviously burst. So exchanging that knowledge was good. Another told me about using parchment paper to wrap my cake with a chocolate cage. Instead, they actually watched my video and saw I was using an aluminium foil, and they told me in a very nice way, I've seen your work, and it can be so much easier when you use a parchment paper instead of using an aluminium foil. So that's knowledge, sharing knowledge, we learn from other bakers, and it's very important. We shouldn't see another baker's competition, because there are so many people in Kenya. You can't have 1 million people buying from one person. It's scattered among different bakers. So once you start viewing other bakers as your community instead of competition, it becomes easier. Another thing, you have to know how to posting your cakes, and it shouldn't be like, you shouldn't post your cakes like another person posts your cake, but you have to like weigh your ingredients. How much are you spending on on all your ingredients, and then come up with your own costing and all that. For marketing, you have to show up every day, not every day, but you have to be consistent with what you're doing, regardless of how many views you're getting, how many likes. You shouldn't do something because of how people are going to react, but because of how it makes you feel as a person on your own, regardless of criticism and all that. There is actually constructive criticism, which makes someone grow. There is negative criticism, which if you take it to heart, might slow you down. So you have to like juggle between all that and learn from what everyone says. You don't have, some things are important, some things you just, to be honest, social media isn't for the weak. So you have to be strong. You have to be psychologically prepared for social media, because social media, even if you create something that's perfect, someone will always see a shortcoming in it.
Yeah.
And you have to learn from that. You shouldn't be mad at someone because they've told you something that doesn't make you happy. You have to learn from what they're saying and take everything positively as a young baker and all that. And you have to keep on growing. You have to keep on mastering you have to know how to do different types of designs and all that without any prejudice or whatever, because because people can ask you for a design that you've never done before. You have to be ready to do something that you have never done before. Move out of your comfort zone. That's the only way you can actually grow.
Okay. So Arnold, so what will you say are your future goals as a baker, and how do you see Topserve being a part of your journey as a professional baker who is a student and who is young, who is upcoming in their skills and also their experience, and who is still growing their clientele?
Okay, my first goal in the future as a baker, I want to be more than just a baker. I want to be more of a cake artist than just a baker. And for that, I have to go for training now. I can't just be a self-taught cake artist. I need these skills. I need these skills to grow more. I've perfected my recipes, that's for sure. But when it comes to decorating, I am not there yet. I feel I'm not there yet. I need more of these skills. And for that, I love to go for lessons. That's one. Two, Topserve Limited. I've actually seen that you have isomalt. Something that I didn't actually know we have in Kenya, because I've been actually watching Food Network and I see these bakers, these well-renowned famous bakers in the states using isomalt to come up with sculptures that look like ice sculptures, but they're not actually ice. They've used isomalt, and that's something that I know I can source from Topserve Limited. Okay. And more decorating tools that are unique to Topserve Limited. Like even the packaging box I buy from here, the window packaging box, it's only found at Topserve Limited. I've tried asking for it elsewhere and I've never actually got it.
Okay.
Meaning there are things that Topserve Limited provides that
you don't see
anywhere else. And that's why I can't actually shift to anywhere else because of that one thing. Another thing, I want to stop being a home baker. I want to like have my own cake shop or what, a bakery of my own. And once I get a bakery, of course I love to buy things in bulk. Right now we just buy things like in small quantities, and that means I'm actually spending way more money by buying smaller quantities of each ingredient. And that means if I actually have my own bakery, I'll actually make more money by spending less on the ingredients once I buy them. Once I start buying my ingredients in bulk, I'll be buying them in bulk where only at Topserve Limited, because I see actually you have everything I need. If it's icing, sugar, caster sugar, chocolate and all that. That's why I'll be buying my things. So Topserve Limited will be very crucial once I start growing even bigger. And another thing, another goal my other goal, still related to my business still.
Everything.
Another goal, I would actually want to like start having baking classes for actually young people.
Or you become a professional trainer for
exactly, a professional trainer for young upcoming bakers.
We want to say thank you, Arnold, for being a very loyal customer, for being a customer who recommends people to come to us. And we also want to continue encouraging every other baker, whether you're a beginner, whether you're still a professional, whether you become a trainer. Topserve Limited is your plug for everything like decorating. So thank you, Arnold. We continue to appreciate you being our loyal customer. We love seeing people bring up their skills and their reliance on Topserve for everything that they need as a baker, because Topserve continues to be striving to be reliable to every baker, whether you are starting, whether you are still upcoming, whether you become a pro, whether you become even a professional trainer to other bakers. We have everything that you may need, or even that you think that you may not have. Ask from us and we continue to put it into consideration to bring it. For everyone who is an upcoming baker, there's a lot that you can learn from Arnold. You can follow his social media handles on TikTok and every other social media that he mentioned that he is in. Is available on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok also, as I mentioned earlier. And now, as we were starting, Arnold mentioned that he did not have palette knives and nozzles to decorate your first cake, right?
Yeah.
And in relation to that, we decided to appreciate him as a loyal baker who recommends us to other bakers also. And now we've decided to offer you this beginner's kit that comes with very many decorating accessories.
Wow, this is incredible.
Of course.
Thank you so much for this. And I can see a palette knife.
It's a palette knife that you did not have in 2020.
Yeah, a nozzle set.
Nozzles that you did not have. And we hope, Arnold, that this is going to come through for you as a kit for you to continue to grow in your baking profession. And also as a student, students wanahitaji pesa. So I believe you get to fund your life as a student with what you make.
Maisha ya comrade si rahisi.
Of course, maisha ya comrade si rahisi. So we are happy to see young people come up as bakers and Topserve plugging in. So thank you. Thank you for being a customer who enjoys shopping with us. happy customer service week in advance, and happy customer service week, everyone. Continue shopping with Topserve Limited, your baking solution partner.
Boys Makeki is extremely grateful to Topserve Limited for this gift. They've literally gifted me all these nozzles, and measuring spoons and measuring cups, among all other important things I may need, like a weighing scale, scrapers and a fondant smoother. So I'm extremely grateful to Topserve Limited, and I will keep on shopping at Topserve. And happy shopping.